I built a parlay with total of 8. Let's break it down. First pick, Uruguay versus Verde. Very interesting match because on paper everything looks clear, but in reality there are nuances. Uruguay had a very tough start to the tournament. Dropping points against Saudi Arabia is a real blow to their situation. And it's not even just the draw itself. The way Bielsa's team played looked heavy again. This is already becoming a pattern. 5 matches in a row without a win, 4 draws, and that crushing 1-5 loss to the USA. For a national team of this level, that's no coincidence anymore. Uruguay's main problem right now is finishing and overall sharpness in attack. The team controls the ball a lot, moves a lot, but in the final third, everything looks very sluggish. Bielsa always built high-intensity football, but right now, that intensity is not turning into goals. Verde already pulled off the biggest upset of the opening round. Holding Spain to a 0-0 draw is a huge statement. Yeah, Vazinha saved them multiple times and there was definitely some luck involved. But the most important thing is that the team handled the pressure and didn't collapse. And this is where the key point comes in. After such hype, smaller national teams often have an emotional drop-off. They deliver one huge performance and they physically and mentally start to fade, especially when they have to face another favorite right after. Please leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you'll find truly deep and well-argued match analysis. Thanks, let's keep moving. Statistically, Verde will once again sit deep, slow the tempo down, and break the rhythm. And Uruguay right now is definitely not a team that looks like a machine for blowouts. Their recent games have all been low-scoring. 3 straight unders and overall 4 of their last 5 easily fit under low totals. This really feels like a sticky game where Uruguay controls the ball, but without creating a huge number of chances. Verde also will not suddenly open up after surviving Spain. For the parlay, 1x plus under 3.5 looks very solid. For the wild parlay, I am taking under 2 goals at odds of 2.1. Guys, here's my Telegram and my stats. I work as transparently and honestly as possible. I even pay taxes as an individual entrepreneur. I am one of the few in this space who actually works openly and fairly. The link is in the description below. Second pick, New Zealand versus Egypt. A very interesting matchup because both teams really surprised in the first round. Before the tournament, New Zealand looked like one of the weakest participants. Their form was awful, just 1 win in 11 matches. But at the World Cup, things suddenly transformed. Against Iran, they didn't just steal a draw, they actually looked decent overall. They took the lead twice, worked well for Chris Wood, and used their chances almost perfectly. But we still have to understand, it was one of those matches where everything fell into place perfectly. It's unlikely they'll be able to finish with that same efficiency twice in a row. Egypt looked much more solid. Against Belgium, they weren't scared at all and even controlled parts of first half. Very organized structure, great compactness, and most importantly, strong leaders. Salah and Marmoush are players who can decide an episode out of absolutely nothing. And the key thing, Egypt is extremely reliable defensively. In their last 13 matches, they've only conceded more than 1 goal twice. That's a very serious stat. New Zealand is dangerous on set pieces and through wood. And we already saw that Egypt struggles a bit against powerhouse strikes. Lukaku showed that immediately. But overall, in terms of level and structure, the Pharaohs look strong. Motivation is simple too. The winner here almost certainly opens the door to the playoffs. So nobody will take crazy risks. This match reads as extremely careful. And the under looks very logical. Egypt doesn't like chaos and New Zealand probably will not rush forward recklessly. For the parlay, under 3 looks strong. Even more interesting is 2x plus under 3.5 if you want to boost the odds, because Egypt generally looks closer to win. For the wild parlay, I am taking Egypt to win plus under 3.5 goals at odds of 2. Guys, for these big odds parlays, I don't want to risk my main bankroll because anything above 2 is always dangerous. That's why I like using welcome bonuses from partners. I signed up, made a minimum deposit, and got 5 bonus activations. Basically, I load 1 parlay onto each bonus. If it lands, the bonuses multiply with the odds and flow into my main bankroll, which I can then withdraw. And if it doesn't, I'm not losing my main funds, which is also nice. The partner is official and reliable. I left the bonus link and all the conditions in the pinned Telegram message. The promo is still active for now. Let's move on. I also broke down one more match as a single, but it can be added into the parlay too, although the options there are riskier. Argentina versus Austria. Now this really looks like a playoff level matchup, even though it's still just the group stage. Argentina started very confident. 3-0 against Algeria, complete control, and another masterclass from Messi. Leo scored a hat-trick and right now he is in insane form. But the most important thing isn't even goals. It's how freely he is being allowed to play in Scaloni's current system. Argentina's setup is very interesting. Overloads in the center, a lot of ball movement, and constant space creation for Messi. Against Austria this could be even more dangerous, because Rangnick's team plays high and loves aggressive pressing. And that's exactly the ideal environment for players like Messi, Alvarez, McAllister, and Enzo. If Austria presses too high, Argentina will calmly exploit the spaces behind. Austria beat Jordan 3-1, but honestly, the performance wasn't flawless. One own goal, one penalty, and there were moments when Jordan could have easily grabbed points. Austria's defense has plenty of issues, especially when opponents break their press quick. And Argentina is not Jordan. The finishing quality here is on completely different level. Plus, Rangnick himself basically admitted that Argentina is a control-based team. That means Austria will try to disrupt the rhythm with pressing, but if that pressing fails, they could collapse very quick. In terms of goals, the match looks playable. Argentina is consistently scoring at least 2, while Austria can also find their moment, especially through set pieces or quick transitions. That's why over 2 in the parlay looks very strong. If you want something bigger, a straight Argentina win also looks great. The difference in class and current form is obvious. For the wild parlay, I'm taking Argentina -1 handicap at odds of 2. Or for a safer route, you can take Argentina win plus under 3.5. By the way, I also checked the yellow card market, and in my opinion, there are few solid options for both the main and wild parlay. First, Austria over 1.5 yellow cards look very playable. Because against stronger opponents, the Austrians use tactical faults a lot and consistently pick up at least 2 bookings. Argentina also plays through contact and physical duels quite often, so cards on their side are very possible too. Overall, we could easily see over 2 yellow cards in this game, so over 4 total yellow cards at odds of 2.5 is also something I would seriously consider for the wild parlay.